Adi Kailasa in Bangalore and Paschima Kailasa in Los Angeles, both places, this form is only worshipped of Paramashiva. He, having Devi in his lap, revealing Vedas and Agamas to Devi with the tremendous love, care and blessings. The next form is Sukhasanamurti. Again, he is also manifested mainly for teaching Vedas and Agamas and giving the grace not only to Devi, along with Devi to everyone. That is why in this form, the Devi and he both will be sitting in Samasana on the Sarvanya Pita of Kailasa. He and Devi both will be sitting on Samasana. In Umamaheshwara Murti, Devi will be sitting on his lap. Now, Devi will be sitting in Samasana with him because along with Devi, he graces the whole universe. That is Sukhasana Murti. Next form, manifestation, is Umesha Murti. In this Murti also, he graces to the whole universe along with Uma. So, he is called Umesha Murti. Next form is Somaskanda Murti. This manifestation is with Uma and Skanda. Somaskanda Murti means Soma, Asi, Skanda. Soma means Paramashiva himself. Asi means his own Devi, his own manifestation in the female form. Paramashiva Shakti, Devi, Asi. Skanda, his own manifestation, Subramanya. So all the three together is Somaskanda Murti. This form is the largest worshipped form of Paramashiva almost in all temples. See, the first will be Linga form. Next will be the Somaskanda Murti form. He receives all the Utsavas, Brahmotsavas, almost in all temples. So he is the most popular form of Paramashiva, most worshipped superconscious mutation of Paramashiva, Somaskanda Murti. The next, Chandrasekhara Murti. The Paramashiva manifested to save moon, Chandra. And this is the Chandrasekhara Murti. Next, Vrishabharuda Murti. Paramashiva sitting on Rishabha, his Vahana, with Devi. Is the Rishabharuda manifestation of Paramashiva. Next is Vrishabhantika Murti. He leaning, standing next to Rishabha, leaning on Rishabha in a very unique way. It's a very beautiful form. If you go to Los Angeles temple, in the entrance, you will see this form because this is exactly the form he gave me at Darshan in my old quarters in Biddi. So I made this form, Rishabhandagar, and wanted to install there, but I sent it to Los Angeles, thinking that I'll make another one for Adi Kailash. So now that form is still there in the Los Angeles. In the reception, if you see, he will be standing tall. That deity is Rishabhantaka Murti. Still, his Rishabha has not reached Adi Kailasa. Sorry, Paschima Kailasa. Rishabha is also made. It is there in Adi Kailasa. That has to be brought and assembled. But that Rishabhantaka Murti is there in Paschim Kailas. I think still Rishabha has not yet got the visa. He has to get the visa and come. Next form. Bhujanga Lalita Murti. Listen. This whole universe rests in Paramashiva, on him. Paramashiva reveals this truth to the all the living beings. In him, everything resides. That manifestation of that superconscious truth is Bhujanga Lalita Murti. Next. Bhujanga Trashamurti. It is like he stands tall. Listen to this truth. He stands tall even during the Mahapralaya, when everything is destroyed, everything actually merges inside him, rests in him. See, even when the universe is manifested, that stays on him. That is described by Bhujanga Lalita Murti. Even during the Pralaya, everything goes in him, is demonstrated by Bhujanga Trashamurti. Next. Sandhya Nrittamurti. See, Sandhya means the day and night meeting. And destruction, pralaya, and creation meeting. For you to understand roughly, you can roughly understand as Ice Age. During every Ice Age, he dances the cosmic dance. That is called Sandhya Tandava. Listen. Whenever you feel everything in your life is falling apart, suddenly business is collapsing, wife is leaving, and kids are not listening to you. It's almost like your whole life is going. What do you think as your life is going? Health is failing. Whenever you feel that pralaya is happening in you, meditate on this Sandhya Nrittamurti. Invoke him. Mahadeva, you are doing your Sandhya Nritya in my life. Just show me you are doing the Sandhya Nritya. That's enough. He will simply manifest auspiciousness in you. Listen. He just wants you to know he is doing Sandhya Tandava in your life. If you recognize it, you will say, all right, come on. Now, it is time. Let's start the creation. Let the new yuga start. Let the new universe manifest. Let the new life manifest. If you want new life to manifest in you, connect with Sandhya Tandava Murti. Nritta means Tandava. Sandhya Nritta Murti. Andava goes through certain discipline. Nritta is beyond all discipline. So, if you feel things are falling apart in your life, connect with Sandhya Nritta Murti. Mahadeva, Paramashiva, I know you are doing Sandhya Nritta in me. Just reveal that you are doing Sandhya Nritta, so I'll be in peace. That's all. You will feel very shy. Hey, this fellow caught me. Now he knows my Leela. Okay, come on. All right. I'll create the new life for you. I'll manifest new life for you. Delusion will delude you as long as you have not recognized the delusion is deluding you. The moment you recognize delusion is deluding you, it can no more delude you. Delusion cannot delude you. The moment you recognize delusion is deluding you. Actually, even this Sandhya Nritta Murti we have in Seattle Temple. Seattle Temple, we have not only the huge Nataraja, Ananda Nataraja, we have some more dancing forms of Shiva. I think we have done some, that 108 dancing forms of Shiva and sent to different temples few deities, few forms. So Seattle has Ananda Tandava, as in Chidambaram, and Sandhya Nritta Murti, and even Los Angeles has few more Tandavas of Paramashiva's forms. So connect with this superconscious mutation, Sandhya Nritta Murti. You will realize nothing is falling apart, everything is falling in place. If you know Paramashiva, you will know everything falls in place. If you don't know Paramashiva, you may be deluded thinking everything is falling apart. The next Murti of Paramashiva, Sada Nritta Murti. He dances during creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, delusion, liberation. In all the Panchakrityas, he does Sada Dandava. He is called Sada Nritta Murti. This Swami is also called Ananda Tandava. If the Devi form is not attached, is called Ananda Tandava. If the Devi form is also attached, is called Sada Nritta Tandava, Sada Nritta Murti. In Seattle earlier we had only Ananda Tandava, means only Paramashiva dancing. Then we added the Devi Murti. Now is Sada Nritta Murti. Connect with Sada Nritta Murti to have everything. He will give you creation related powers, sustenance related powers, rejuvenation related powers, delusion related powers like pulling out of delusion, everything, and liberation related powers. Sadadandavamurti, Sadanrittamurti. Sadanrittamurti. Actually, I wanted to build a temple for all the 64 manifestations in US. That is why that time itself, in 2001, I started carving all these deities. The Uma Maheshwara Murti I carved is sitting in Ohio. See, if you see Paramashiva in San Jose, he will be having fire and Damaru. But if you see Ohio Paramashiva, he will be having Man and Maru, deer and the Maru. These two in his hand. Because he is carved as per the Agama of Uma Maheshwara Murti. The sixth form I explained to you, that is the form we worship in Ohio. And Sadanrittamurti is in Seattle. Maybe all the present temples can take the responsibility and make the 64 temples in US to bless the whole US. All the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva should have a temple in US. The Houston Linga is called Mukha Linga. The Kalahasti Linga, you will see the top of the Linga will have all the faces of Paramashiva, Muha. So each of the deity, if you see in the temples, Paramashiva temples we built in US, will have one manifestations of these 64 forms of Paramashiva. The next, Chandatandava Murti. This is one of the powerful dance where Mahadeva and Devi both dancing. Seeing this only, the Arunagiri, the great sage from Tiruvannamalai, Arunagiri Nadar, not Arunagiri Yogeshwarar. Arunagiri Yogeshwarar is Paramashiva himself. Arunagiri Nadar sings, Adala Seta Narada, Agilamir Midada, Abinagali Tanada, Avalodan, Adiravisi Vadadum, Vidayileru Varada, Arugubuda Vedalam, Avayada, Adala Seta Narada. It's a very beautiful description of dance happening in Kailasa. How Paramashiva is dancing and Mahakali is dancing. Arugubhuta Vedalam Avayada, all the Bhutas, Vedalas, Pretas of Paramashiva dancing, all of them jumping. It's a very beautiful Tiruppugal where Arunagirinadar had the darshan of Kailasa, Mahakailasa, and describes it. Adala Seda Narada, Agila Meru Midada. Such beautiful description. This Chandatandava Murti. If you connect with him, you will experience raw bliss. Raw bliss in all the aspects. of Paramashiva, a real raw bliss, wild bliss will manifest in you if you connect with Chanda Tandava Murti. Next, Gangadhara Murti. This is the manifestation where Paramashiva receives Ganga from Satyaloka in his jata and releases to Bhuloka in a very protected way. If the Ganga comes with all her power, the planet Earth will not be able to sustain it. Same way, if the Ganga is not there in the planet Earth, it will dry up, it will go without water. So Paramashiva does the job of transformer. He receives it and gives to the level which is needed. Real conscious water management system for the universe is Paramashiva himself. His jata is the real water management system, conscious, super conscious water management system. Next, Ganga Visarjana Murti. This is the form through which he releases Ganga. The earlier form, Gangadhara Murti, is receiving Ganga from Satyaloka, Brahmaloka. Ganga Visarjana is releasing Ganga to the Bhuloka. Next, Tripurantaka. This is the form in which he opened his three eyes. The manifestation as Tripurantaka, he opened three eyes and burnt Tripurasuras, the three demons who had three worlds for themselves. He burnt all of them just through opening the third eye. So, this manifestation is Tripurantaka Murti. If you want to destroy negativity, invoke him. Invoke Tripurantaka Murti, he will destroy it. Next, Kalyana Sundara Murti. This is the form with which he married Parvati and Meenakshi. Whenever he marries the incarnations of Parvati, he assumes Kalyana Sundara Murti form, comes and marries. This is a powerful manifestation. If you invoke him, all the relationship related issues will be cleared. He will bring completion all the relationship related issues. He is the manifestation of the most powerful superconscious relationship. I know I love to reveal the truths about Navakanda Yoga, but already the time, 1.5 hours over. Maybe I'll give you a small break. Then I'll reveal the truths about the Navakanda Yoga and how that helps to understand all the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. I don't think just in one webinar we can receive all the 64 manifestations, because even to give a simple introduction to 64 will take at least 10 hours. So today I introduce the principles of this 64 manifestation, and I will reveal the core principle of Navakanda Yoga after a small break. I'll be coming back again. Stay tuned. I'll reveal the Navakanda Yoga, which is the foundation principle of all the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. So you can understand all the 64. Let's gather for next session. Be blissful. Blessings. Blessings. Be blissful. "64 manifestations documented in Veda Agamas, which he himself describes. Manifesting all of them in you is the complete manifestation of Paramadvaita."
His possibilities and all his powers. It's going to be a really powerful experience to each and every one of us. And you are going to be empowered as a super conscious mutant in this 21-day program. And you're going to experience one of the highest possibilities that humanity can ever experience. And in this program, there's going to be so many powerful initiations, darshans, powerful cognitions and revelations from Bhagavan, and yoga, power manifestations, and many more. And over the last 2 seasons, we had many thousands of participants across the globe who have attended these programs, and they've been experiencing extraordinary powers and miracles in life.
That's great. Nithyanandam is Sri Amritananda. Great. So thank you, Ma Pranapriya. So Kailasa has, conducted empirical scientific studies, on participants who have underwent these powerful processes and initiations. The results are, groundbreaking, path-breaking, and we are going to have Dr. Peter Bloomfield, who's a researcher from California, who himself underwent, this 21-day program and conducted scientific studies, in the participants and found extraordinary results. Dr. Peter grew up in the US and due to his intense seeking in life had darshan of Supreme Pontiff Nithyananda Paramashivam about a decade, 10 years ago. And for the past 10 years, he has seen tremendous possibilities in adopting Hindu lifestyle and offering, his seva in the Los Angeles temple regularly. And he is one of the founding fathers of Kailasa. And he has taken several leadership roles, in Kailasa initiatives, having seen him, beautifully excelling in several dimensions of life. One of the possibilities experienced, by a superconscious mutant. I'm very excited, to invite Dr. Peter Bloomfield to share his scientific research and say a few words. Welcome, Dr. Peter. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. Are we going to go now? Are we going to a video?
Yes, please go ahead, Dr. Peter.
Okay, great. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the research that's been done with inner awakening and feeding into a little bit about Paramashivoham. And I thank you so much, Sri Amrita, for that beautiful introduction. Okay, great. So some of the research that's been done. So much that's been done. To touch on some things and I've been with Swamiji since 2014 in the physical, and I did have his darshan before that. That was it was now coming on 13 years ago, a remarkable experience. For the sake of this short sharing, there's a huge amount of research that's been done by many researchers, and I'm just going to touch on a small amount of it. And I'm just talking about the inner awakening and Paramashivoham and other extended programs. Everyone who's listening should know that a lot of research has been done on other aspects of Bhagavan SPH, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and other aspects of what he's bringing. So this is just a tiny piece. And I'd point anyone who's interested in research to look at Avatar Shastra. It's a book that you can, if you put in a search browser, you'll get a PDF, and it goes through a tremendous amount of research on Gurukul, on inner awakening programs, on manifesting Shaktis, so many things. So inner awakening, I'm just going to talk very briefly. There was research done through the inner awakening administrators on people whose experiences with things like depression, panic attacks, weakness, insomnia, anger fatigue, anger frustration, chronic fatigue, where people talked about who had a certain condition at the beginning, and then what was their experience at the end. And what they found, and this was over 11 different programs I looked at, and there was a range in each program. Most of them were actually on the higher end, but depression was healed from 65 to 100%, panic attacks from 67 to 100%, means the people who had it at the beginning, they didn't have it at the end. Insomnia, 80 to 100%, anger and frustration from 80 to 100%, and then chronic fatigue from 62 to 100%. And again, I would emphasize, these are, mostly it was on the high end. Maybe one or two had 65%, the rest would be right around 100%. So massive, massive healings through that program. That was people who themselves indicated the condition at the beginning, and at the end, they indicated that the condition was resolved. Then Dr. Krishna Rao, who did a lot of research with the Medinam and with the Inner Awakening. I'm going to talk about a few studies that he did. And one that we've talked about a lot is to do with mitochondrial metabolism, which is the MTT assay, which is an assay that shows the capacity of an enzyme made by the mitochondria. And mitochondria, for those who may not be biologists, it's like the power center, the power plant of the cell. And so if the mitochondria are active, then the cell is going to have a lot of energy to carry out its tasks. And as a being, if all of our cells have a lot of energy, we ourselves will feel a huge amount of energy as well. So the MTT assay measures cell viability, means how well cells have the energy to exist by following the enzyme made in the mitochondria and how much the mitochondria is having metabolic activity. So a thing like yoga or meditation, something that's very good for the body, good for the energy level of the body, you'll see it go up like 40 to 50% in this assay, which is remarkable and good. But what was shown in this program with the Inner Awakening, before and after, it went up 1,000%, which is like 20 times anything you'd expect. And it's really, really remarkable. And it correlates with people's subjective experience of intense energy, intense enthusiasm, intense excitement after these programs. And this was published again in Avatar Shastra. You can take a look. Then again, this was Dr. Rao in 2011 Inner Awakening. He looked at gene expression, and genes, of course, is our DNA that probably everyone is familiar with. Epigenetics is a relatively new field that looks at how our genes are activated or disactivated by our environment and by our cognitions and how our consciousness is working. So, you know, when people are thinking positive, they have better health, right? And when people have positive life experiences, they tend to have better health. And then when people have trauma and negativity that's not resolved, they tend to have worse health, right? All of that is the field of epigenetics, which has been really exploding recently, but was not widely discussed a couple of decades ago. So this was from 2011, and what they found is a huge change in gene expression in 3 weeks. And normally gene expression changes take a long, long time. Studies, the minimum are a couple months or longer, but this one was just done in 3 weeks before and after. And what they found was 420 genes were turned up and 164 genes were turned down. So then you'd have to ask which genes were turned up and which genes were turned down. And the anti-inflammatory genes that fight inflammation in the body, the inflammation which shows up as stress, arthritis, wear and tear, all that, genes that are anti-inflammatory in nature, those were greatly upregulated, means those proteins will be made much more and the inflammation level will go down. They were up to 7 times upregulated. And then genes that were pro-inflammatory, that make inflammation, these were greatly lowered. So that's going to show up in the body as less inflammation, less pain, less things like arthritis. And if you look at so many conditions and diseases are related to inflammation. So a huge change in epigenetics was found in this study. And actually, I spoke to Dr. Rao and he said, based on this, he got an idea as what to study next. And that's a study on stem cells and telomerase. The one on gene expression was published in peer-reviewed medical journal. And this one was as well. The other ones were published in Avatar Shastra. So the stem cells and telomerase I'm going to talk about now. This was in a 2014 inner awakening. Actually, I was in this inner awakening and I had my blood drawn. So I remember it very well. And what they did is they looked at peripheral blood stem cells and they looked at telomerase activity. And looking at the change in gene expression, the hypothesis was that stem cells would be elevated and telomerase activity would be elevated. Now, stem cells are the cells in the human body that have they're not formed yet. They don't have a specific role, but they have the capacity to take on almost any role or any condition, anything that is needed. And so if you have a lot of stem cells, then when something is damaged, the stem cells can step in and they can take over. So in terms of repair and keeping the body young, stem cells are really important. And as we age, typically they go down, typically I would say, but not for our inner awakening participants, at least in this program. 90% of them, the stem cells were elevated, which is really, really, really atypical, markedly atypical. And so there was a big bump. I think it was around 33% on average, they were elevated, and the vast majority of people, they went up. So that speaks to more vitality and ability to maintain the body young. And then the other one is telomerase activity. This one, on average, it doubled. For telomerase maintains the telomeres, which are the part of the DNA that speaks to the age of the cell. And if telomeres are shortened, it means the cell's getting older and it's going to get retired, it'll die. If the telomeres stay long, the cell stays young. So telomerase maintains the telomeres long. And in this study, about half of the people had double the telomerase activity, and about a quarter of them, it was triple or more. So that's a huge anti-aging effect. So it's critically important. And it speaks to things like Navaganta Yoga and all the things that we talk about, these yogis that live a very long time. You can imagine at the DNA level, these types of things will be going on. And then for PSM3, the program we just had in August and September. So I can't speak in detail about this because it's still in formulation and it's set to be published. And we want to preserve that. But there were some questionnaires done on people's lifestyle, and scales were done to look at participants' sense of well-being, whether they feel depressed or anxious or stressed, their overall health and their mindfulness. These are scales that are used to study objectively to give like a diagnosis if someone has these conditions. So it's not just a subjective person describing it, but it's a scale that allows us outside to objectively give a sense of that person's state of mind and consciousness. And so we've looked at before and after, and I can't give the full results, but I can say, in all of them, we had really, really good outcomes. So we're seeing people have a greater sense of well-being, reduced sense of depression, reduced sense of anxiety, reduced sense of stress, and mindfulness is greatly enhanced. So it's very encouraging that these programs, this PSM3, like the one that's coming up, anyone who's feeling things like depression or anxiety or stress, who's not feeling a strong sense of well-being or feels like they want to be more present, all that, the research so far, which will be further analyzed and published before too long, is showing that this program really has a powerful impact on that. So it's really encouraging, and we're excited to follow it through and see where it goes. So in conclusion, thank you for your listening. I know there's a lot more exciting things to come in this webinar. And thank you, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, for holding this webinar. But the inner awakening has been shown with marked physiological, psychological, cell metabolic, anti-aging, all this biochemical hard science activities that correlate with enhanced well-being and energy and longevity and radiant health. And the PSM3 is looking very encouraging as well, which more to come on that. But the key point I would say is that this is just a very entry point to the research that's been done. And there's so many other dimensions that go beyond the anti-aging and the radiant health that become possible through this yogic path. And we are blessed that Swamiji is making all these dimensions open up to us, and that we as as researchers can study it and share it with all the audience who's interested to know. And there's going to be ongoing research, and it's all to the graciousness of SPH Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who's inviting the scientific inquiry so we can do very rigorous, robust scientific work to demonstrate the scientific validity of the Vedagamic pathway. So thank you so much for your listening, and there will be more to come.
Yes, great. Thank you, Dr. Peter. That was phenomenal. This statistical sharing is really phenomenal. We just heard. So this reminds of the grand narrative, of Kailasa. Hinduism is real and Paramashiva is real. The Supreme Pontiff, Nithyananda Paramashivam, the Nijavatara, has come down to make this superconscious mutation possible for each and every one of us, the humanity. So this superconscious breakthrough and access to higher planes directly helps in manifesting extraordinary possibilities in every dimensions of life. Every human being is able to live a powerful, life-positive lifestyle, overcoming, daily struggles, obstacles, and able to be in multidimensional ability to face life without boredom and laziness, manifesting what they want. So today, we have one such a powerful being, Diana Sullivan, who has really experienced, the superconscious mutation, and she's really beautifully manifested, the health recovery, and now she's been very successful, in what she's doing. And we have her presenting live today with Ma Pranapriya. I invite Ma Pranapriya and Diana Sullivan to please come and please share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diana Sullivan, for joining our segment today. It is a pleasure to have you with us today. Tell us about yourself, your background to all our viewers. Sorry, may I request you to unmute yourself? Sorry, Ma, Madam.
Diana, we are not able to hear you. Could you just a small technical glitch? We're trying to.
Really sorry, viewers. Request and confusion from all the viewers. We are having some technical difficulties from Diana's end. Yeah, so just to tell briefly the story and journey of what Diana has got to share with us was she used to be facing heart diseases, especially that she had inherited from the family, and it caused quite a lot of pressure in her emotionally, whether it is in terms of causing a financial stress in her family, or causing emotional pain, not being able to walk so quickly and not being able to have friends. And so much of time she had actually spent in solitude, figuring it out how to overcome this health issue. And most of his career, her career actually was impacted because of these health issues. And what she has got to share with all of us is something extraordinary miracle, really extraordinary miracle. And she is amazingly expressing herself as a superconscious mutant. So, so while she was fighting this health disease and all the emotional trauma and depression that she was going through, she happened to come across Swamiji's satsang. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's satsangs are so powerful that it gave her a hope. It really gave her a hope that yes, I can actually overcome this disease. And she came across this 21 days Paramashivoham program that really inspired her, that made her feel that she also has a chance. Because the time before she come across Swamiji and his programs, she really felt there is no hope left. And especially the family who went through such emotional trauma is something so painful to her. So when she actually completed the program, she was so stunned at all the miracles and experiences that she's been having. Now, to just sum it up, previously she cannot walk more than 10 minutes. She used to find a neighbor with who she can, who accompanies her for the walk. And more than 10 minutes she cannot walk. But now, all of you will be surprised, she is walking 1 kilometer all by herself. And the neighbor is actually feeling, he is not able to cope up with the amazing health breakthrough that she is having. The doctors have tested her and she's completely out of medications, and her heart disease is totally healed. She had her past life revelation during the program, which made her extremely powerful, and it defined her purpose of life and what is her role in Kailasa. She could never imagine this possibility of life ever before, because the amount of trauma and the emotional distress that she was going through, as someone who had this genetic disorder and the heart disease, and the so much of financial and emotional stress that it incurred on the family is something huge. And she was left with no hope. And that is when this Paramashivoham Level 3 program came as a huge boon for her. Literally, she is able to overcome all her health disorders, and she's able to manifest a life. She's able to redefine herself, redefine and have a grand vision for her life. Stuck. Please understand, nothing is lost in life. Swamiji, satsangs and discourses and all the programs is all about empowering humanity with tremendous possibilities. Most of the time we feel that this is the end of the life. We don't have anything left. But please understand, that is not true. The avatar, the incarnation, the Nijavatara has descended in this planet Earth just to empower every single one of us. And when he empowers, it is not just by providing solutions to your problem, but actually making every single problem redundant. By giving you this extraordinary experience of you experiencing yourself as a superconscious mutant, you are going to feel extremely empowered. And such amazing breakthroughs you experience in no time, with no effort of yours. You just need to be present in his presence. His presence is what really matters. And the extraordinary science behind the superconscious mutation is already shared. And I'm sure all the participants have already experienced what this program can do to you just by last, 1.5 hours of powerful revelations from Bhagavan.
Yes. So I wanted to see if Diana, are you online? Are you able to hear you? Can you please talk? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. So I think, please go ahead, Ma Pranapriya.
Yes. So you feel that, yes, this is something I feel I'm so stuck in life. I do not feel there is any change, there's going to be any change, whether it is my relationships or career or business, whatever you feel as something that you're struggling with, please understand nothing is end. You have the avatar, the incarnation who has descended for all of us to experience this superconscious mutation. The superconscious breakthrough is not only going to solve your problems, but it is going to make you empowered with such extraordinary possibilities in life. Life is all about experiencing this superconscious mutation and manifesting breakthroughs after breakthroughs.
Yes, good. Yes, great. Thank you, Pranapriya. What I also wanted to share, we had a small technical glitch, but Diana's journey has is very exceptional, and we've we had to we thought she's going to be sharing, but I can now say that each one of us and we are able to really happen within us, and we can really have a different rejuvenated, I can say, reinventing our life. So with this, we will move on we'll move on to actually sharing the next part of the actual program that's happening. Just a moment.
Mm. Mm.
Sorry. So I'd like to share about the upcoming Paramashivoham Level 3 Season 3 program starting October 6th till 26th. And obviously, this is of popular demand, and many people wanting to attend the program. And we have introduced the early bird discount, where the first early bird discount is till September 13th, which is 2-3 days from now. And the individual, as you can see, there is a significant discount for an individual for a 10-day, as well as a significant discount for an individual attending on 21 days. You pretty much save quite a bit. And I would request everybody to take advantage of the early bird discount. And once the early bird discount ends post September 13th, the individual 10-day and the individual 21-day would go up to the regular fees for the program as a I'm more happy this time to introduce the family discounts for 2 or more on top of the early bird discount. So if you're able to sit in this program with your whole family, you would be able to really take advantage of the early bird discount. So the family of 2. The family of 2 or more participants get additional $1,000 discount for every additional family member. The family discounts is limited only to the first family, the husband, wife, daughter, and a son, or a son. And here
yes,
is.
Sorry, Ayab. We've got Diana back again, and she's fixed her tech issues. She's really keen to share her experiences with all the participants. I'm sure I've already shared the gist of what she wanted to share, but hearing it from her really makes a difference, because she is the one who overcame. She is the one who actually stood strong for the power of light. So
Let's start.
I'm going to let Ma Diana share her experiences. Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Nithyananda Ma, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Well, so I'm a commercial real estate broker in Nashville, Tennessee, and I have 3 sons, and they're wonderful young men. I have a family history of heart disease, and I am I knew that if I didn't be cautious, I would be facing that. And then about a year and a half ago, I had a massive heart attack. The heart attack caused me, I'm very stoic, and I had gone through emotionally really denial that it was happening, even though it was the most painful thing in my life. And I didn't even go to the hospital for the entire day after it had happened, until my son came by and said, "You really need to go to the emergency room." And I said, "Well, maybe I'll do that tomorrow." And so I finally agreed, and I went, and they put a stent in my heart. And when I came out, I could not, I couldn't walk a block without being out of breath and exhausted. And then they kept insisting I take medication. I finally started taking some medication, and I could walk maybe 1.5 miles, but I would have to pause, have to get my breath. I couldn't talk and walk at the same time. And so I was in a kind of a bad condition, and I felt a lot of hopelessness. The doctors had said to me, the first cardiologist said, "If you don't do what I give to you, you will die." And I said, "I've already faced death. I'm okay with that." And he said, and then he would give me this really ugly scenario of how bad it would be. And so
that's quite tough. That's really tough on you, going through all of that. When you especially say that just to walk a step, you'll fall in breathlessness. That's terrible. And how do you cope up with this emotional trauma, and what made you to, feel that there is hope in life? Just want to know more.
Right. Well, my ability to be with friends had been reduced. My lifestyle had totally changed. My sons didn't understand how to respond to me because I was in such a poor me state. And I attended the Paramashivoham 3 program in February, and I attended for 10 days. And I asked Swamiji to heal my heart, and he said he would heal me. Yes, he would heal me, and that I needed to begin to experience more love and trust. And so I started that path after the program. I looked at that and what needed to happen, and I came to terms with some really important things. And then I was in a position financially, because things had turned around for me, to join the the program in August. And I joined for 21 days. And then the 21 day, the third day, I went through this, I asked Swamiji again to heal me, and I went through this experience with Samadhi, and I just released a lot of stress. And then on the 15th day,
oh wow,
it was profoundly.
That's incredible, because nobody would have understood that you can come over a familial heart disease by experiencing samadhi. That too on the third day of the program, being here with Swamiji and you asking blessings, and just with the experience of samadhi, overcoming heart disease. That's really incredible.
Yeah, well, so it was a process for me, because on about the 15th day, another event happened. I still had, even though I felt so much less stress, I still had this place in my chest that felt pressure, and felt there was a slight pain, and I was still a little bit out of breath. And so around the 15th day, we went through something, and Swamiji took us into this experience, and my heart started racing, and for about 5 seconds, and then it just stopped. And for the first time in 2 years, the the pain, the pressure on my chest was gone, and
Wow.
I felt such a soundness. And then, so I said, okay, is this it? Maybe my whole life has been turned around at this point. This is the healing. And then I asked, is this the healing? And then I heard that I needed, it needed to be sealed. So I kept going, what does it mean to be sealed? And then that came to me. And I had this really profound experience of going deep into a memory, and it just cleared almost within minutes. And it's like for life, it was another lifetime. And I thought, oh my goodness, for lifetimes, I've lived like this in this pain, reoccurring with these heart issues. And I just, that's been cleared from me. So it's like, not only is the heart disease over, but now what is over is that I don't have to consider heart disease the rest of my life. I believe it's out of my DNA, and my children don't have to address it. I'm just amazed and feel, it's just amazing. So,
that's really a
Wow.
powerful story, because nobody would ever imagine or understand, but we don't value this science of superconscious mutation unless the incarnation has actually offered it to the humanity. You took that step. Yes, this is something which you wanted to do, and it's such a powerful story when you're saying that, at the 15th day, for the first time, you're able to feel the breath, and you felt, wow, this is the moment. My God, it's really emotional. And I'm sure this is the experience of so many other participants. Would like to hear from you now. How do you feel? How do you really feel? Just having your breath back. That's something really incredible.
Yes. Well, the day afterwards, I went to meet with the client, and normally I get overpowered sometimes in these conversations with negotiations, and I just made a statement of what I expected, and the guy just laughed and said, okay. And then the next day, I went for a walk with my friend, and walked the entire distance with just with a brisk walk, talking the whole time. When we got back, it was like a mile and a half. She was out of breath and I wasn't. So how does this affect me now is that my decisions are different. I don't worry about the decision. I don't get caught up in, should I do this? Should I do that? And then beating myself up because I didn't make the right decision or need to make a different decision. I'm like in this space right now in which I have the tools to enter into a place of such peace and to ask for what's needed, and it just comes to me. So it's,
wow.
and
That's incredible. That's
Wow.
really incredible.
That's amazing.
One last question I have for you. We have today 10% of women in this world who suffer from heart disease, and almost 50% of them have the fatality rate. Now, for all of those people and many others who are suffering from so many other diseases, what would you like to share from this journey of yours? One last thing you want to share.
Well, it's, if you want a new life, if you want to get past it, if you want it to just completely go away, it does take some work. It does take some commitment. But the one thing about Swamiji is he will never stop. If you keep taking a step toward him, he will take 2 steps towards you, and he never gives up on you. You just got to stay with it, and you don't ever have to have it. It's over. So
wonderful. Yeah, that was such a beautiful, powerful sharing, because many of us, we lose hope in life. We feel, yes, this is my life and I have to live with this. No matter what, I'm not going to find solutions. No, it's not true. The avatar has descended just for each and every one of us. Every single initiation, every single powerful science that he has delivered, and especially now the superconscious mutation, it's so powerful that it makes every single problem redundant, and you are not thinking about solving any problems anymore. You are very busy in exploring all your extraordinary possibilities of life. So do not miss this opportunity of being part of this amazing happening in the planet Earth, which is Paramashivoham Level 3 program, 21 days program. And Amritaya, would you like to share all the participants? I'm sure every single one of you are so excited. And I just wanted to share one more thing. Please come with your family. It is not just you, the whole Vatavarana. You know, when you attend the program with your family, it makes a whole lot of difference. So I request Amritaya to share to all our participants, how do we register? I'm sure after listening to Diana's sharing and her life journey, it would have inspired every single one of the participants. So, if I want to register, how do I go about it?
Yes. Yes. Before that, if I can, ask one question, to Diana. I'm sure, when you were going through your obstacles, in life, something made you, in spite of these obstacles, you are able to empower yourself and attend the program and give yourself this breakthrough for yourself. So what was that thing that you did that empowered you?
Well, I made a commitment. I made a commitment early on. I mean, I almost died. I was right on the verge of death, and even afterwards, I was still, the diagnosis was not good at all. And so I made a commitment. I wanted to live, and I wanted to have a life, and so that's what led me to this point of just sticking with it and just giving it all I had to be here,
Yes. See, what I was asking also is maybe you can elaborate. You might have had difficulties at that time, with your medical expenses or whatever you were going through. But in spite of the odds, you are one of the very fortunate ones to be healed and to have become a possibility as a superconscious mutant. How you were able to really get beyond that in spite of those perceived obstacles that you would, if maybe you can elaborate, that would help our participants.
Sure. So I just got on wherever I could and would ask Swamiji for help, and I would ask specific help. So when I was on the first 10 days, I asked him to help me sell a piece of property. It was tied up in a lawsuit, and immediately before the program was over with, the sale had been delayed. It wasn't going to happen apparently for 2 years, and maybe never happen until all this was resolved. And within just a few days on the program, suddenly a buyer appeared out of nowhere who was perfect in every way. And so the sale of the property went through. It was just so amazing. And so I suddenly had all the funds I needed for whatever I needed. So that, if that's what you're talking about, there's been miracles all along this way. And it's been just making that commitment to ask Swamiji and to keep stepping forward.
So maybe you can share. Wow. So if I understood for our viewers, so you manifested the money, wealth, for the program, with the blessings of Swamiji, you are able to sell the property at to the buyer, and that possibility was created for you to attend this program. So your life could beautifully change in a very positive way.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Can you also share? You were saying about other miracles. Yeah, Ma Pranapriya, please go ahead.
Yes, Marina, thank you so much for your authentic sharing. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with our participants?
Oh goodness, I don't know. There's been so much, and sometimes I leave things out. Imagine that after all this has happened. Just that, I now, I have a future. I have a future and a life, and I'm excited about it. A lot's happening really quickly. I'm moving. Physically, I'm moving. I'm changing. My health has changed. I'm I'm planning on spending time here in Nashville, and I'm planning on traveling some and going to some of the temples and just see where life takes me. It just feels so open. I feel so out of this constricting world we live in, and I feel free. It's just amazing. And I know that's just I can see how that just allows things to unfold.
That's great.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much for joining the segment today.
Thank you.
Yes. So, dear viewers and participants.
Yes, thank you, Dana. So we'll move on. We'll continue with the information. Yes, just a moment.
So that was such a life-transforming journey of Diana Sullivan. And as she says, she was focused, she was committed to be part of this huge journey, and she's able to manifest life more than what she expected. So we have this wonderful opportunity of being part of this program. And so let us now find out how do we register ourselves. So Aya, do you want to guide all our participants on the registration?
Yes. So we discussed about the early bird and the family discounts. I would like to reiterate, we have the early bird discount till September 13th. So I want everybody who give yourself an opportunity, like how Diana shared her beautiful journey to a new future. She's able to give herself a new future, a possibility. And to each one of us, it's possible. And so up till September 13th is the early bird discount, and then we have family discounts, for 2 or more. On top of the early bird discounts, each participant, an additional gets $1,000 discount for every additional family member, and the family discounts are limited to only the first family. Yes, next slide, please. Yes, so I encourage everybody to put in an intention. Your intention is the first, your intention and your desire to attend this program is very important. Once you have the intention, have the right context, why you want to have a better future, a reinvented future, it's very important with this context. Each one of you put in the intention at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. So I continue all our Zoom coordinators also in all the other regions. I request everybody to kindly help the participants and let's give a few minutes to put in an intention at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. While
the participants are filling and making an intention to be part of this huge happening in this planetary Paramashivoham Level 3 program, you also have this most exciting opportunity to post your questions, any blessings that you want for Paramashivoham Level 3 program, any specific questions you have about the program, you can post in the SPH pages. You can post your question under the live feed. And guess what? These questions, one of your questions will be answered directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Yes. So your questions are going to be, one of your questions will be answered by Bhagavan himself. So do not miss this opportunity. You can post your questions in SPH page under the live feed.
Yes, and also all the people who have made a decision right now, listening to the live testimonial from Dana and many other people, who have gone through this experiencing the superconscious mutation in their lives. If you have made a decision now, make a decision now at this moment and fill in the registration to request payment details at events.kailasa.org. You can go there and request the payment details. We will connect you with you in the next 24 hours and help you, with completing, the payment and answering any of your questions you may have.
Yes. And do not miss this opportunity. All it really takes is your intention to be. You are your intention. And Guru has happened in all our lives to make all our problems as possibilities. It is not solving your problems, but actually making you experience extraordinary possibilities in life. So do not miss this opportunity. All it takes is your intention. So take your step. Take the first step and register yourself in the link that was shown.
Yes, I wanted to share. See, when Guru is there, with you, everything is only a situation. Understand? And there is no such thing as a problem. So even if you are thinking about, how will the money happen, how will the wealth happen, it's no more a problem. It's a situation. So when Guru is not there, even a small situation can be a problem. So let us, really make that spontaneous decision to have, the support of the Guru, and he will, manifest in our lives. And when Guru is with you, even the worst problems are just situations, nothing else. So really, let's all put in the intention and the request, for the payment details, and we will be there to assist you further in processing the payment. Yes, Nithyananda. So with this, we will move to the next segment. Ma Pranapriya.
Yes, once again, would like to announce the most exciting part of this webinar. You have this chance of getting your questions answered. So one of your questions will be answered. So please do not miss this opportunity. You may post your questions in the SPH handles. And let us get ready to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who's going to directly answer one of your questions. So, requesting all the participants to get ready to receive the Bhagavan.
Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே மக்களுக்காக மறுபடியும் நீ அவதரித்தனே மக்களுக்காக மறுபடியும் நீ அவதரித்தனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே காக்கா காக்கா கவிமிக அழக நோக்கா நோக்கா நின்னரும் பெருக காக்கா காக்கா கவிமிக அழக நோக்கா நோக்கா நின்னரும் பெருக ஏதும் பிற இரண்டால் கருணை நீ செய்யும் எந்தாயே ஏதும் பிற இரண்டால் கருணை நீ செய்யும் எந்தாயே அப்பனே செய்யும் எந்தாயே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே மக்களுக்காக மறுபடியும் நீ அவதரித்தனே மக்களுக்காக மறுபடியும் நீ அவதரித்தனே என்னை அம்மையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே 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 நீ என்னையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னையப்பனே
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
सुराधिपं नमस्कृत्य शशाङ्ककृतशेखरं कपालमालिनं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
कालेश्वर महाकालं कालाञ्जलनिवासिनं कालकृत्कालवेत्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
सर्वकृत् सर्ववेत्तारं सर्वज्ञम् अपराजितं सर्वभूतात्मभूतस्थं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
यो सृजत् सर्वभूतानि ब्रह्माद्याश्च सुरासुरान् तमहं लोककर्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
वरं वरेण्यं वरदं वरिष्ठं वरवाहनं वनमालाधरं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
प्रीतिदातारं सुप्रियं प्रियदर्शनम् उमापतिं सदाकान्तं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा Sadashiva, Nithyananda Sadashiva, 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 Nithyananda Sadashiva.
धर्माधर्ममयं देवं सुखदुःखफलोदयं बन्धमोक्षप्रणीतारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवम्
Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Nithyananda Sadashiva, 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 Nithyananda Sadashiva.
मनोबुद्धिरहङ्कार तन्मात्रेन्द्रियगोचरं प्रधानपुरुषेशानं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवम्
Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Nithyananda Sadashiva, 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 Nithyananda Sadashiva.
यं ध्यायन्ति महात्मानो मुनयः संश्रितव्रताः तं ओङ्कारपरं सूक्ष्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवम्
Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Nithyananda Sadashiva, 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 Nithyananda Sadashiva.
सूक्ष्मं सर्वगतं नित्यं सर्वविद्येश्वरेश्वरं सर्वतत्त्वाश्रयं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवम्
Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Nithyananda Sadashiva, 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 Nithyananda Sadashiva.
तू ही संसार तेरे संग मेरे नाते गहरे तू ही संसार तेरे संग मेरे नाते गहरे तेरे शरण में आया मैं तेरे चरणों में बसा लेना तेरे शरण में आया मैं तू ही अपना अपना लेना तू ही संसार तेरे संग मेरे नाते गहरे तेरे शरण में आया मैं तेरे चरणों में बसा लेना तेरे शरण में आया मैं तू ही अपना अपना लेना I'm glad that you walked into my life. You're my master, you're my guide. You never let me down, you're always by my side. You're my master, you're my guide. You never let me down, you're always by my side. You're the life energy, the prana, the life in
Om,
your breath is you.
Om, Om, Om. See, the subject I started is too big. In 64 manifestations of Paramashiva, I even introduced only 21. And I have to introduce the whole Navaganta Yoga Samadhi. It will take at least 3 or 4 more hours. So we can do one thing. I'll continue this webinar tomorrow, same 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The same webinar I'll continue. So that, see, if I explain only about Navaganda Yoga, you won't be able to understand the 64 manifestation. If I introduce all the 64, we won't have time for Navaganda Yoga. So I'll continue the webinar tomorrow, where I will explain this Navaganda Yoga and 64 forms of Paramashiva, both, which I am supposed to cover today. I'll continue with tomorrow's webinar, because when I explain about Paramashiva's various forms, body also goes into Samadhi, and only to certain time I can talk in your language. I can continue to talk, but it will be in Dakshinamurti's language. How many of you will be able to understand Dakshinamurti language? You can understand only English. And so, maybe I'll give answers for live questions in Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the social media. I'll answer the live questions. Pushkalananda is asking for physical healing. Ma Nitya Pushkalananda, just sit now. I'll enter into your whole body and heal you completely wherever you are. Just sit where you are. I'll enter into your whole being. Paramashiva will manifest in you. You will be healed completely right now. Right now, wherever you are sitting, just sit and clutch. I'll manifest in your being. I'll enter into your being, manifest in you, and heal you completely right now. Ma Nitya Priya Premananda. I'll heal your heart palpitations and heal the lump that is forming on your leg right now. Just sit and meditate. I'll enter into your body, manifest in your being, heal your body completely right now. Ma Nitya Nishkrodananda. I'll heal your relationship with food and I'll help you to complete completely with Gabby. Don't worry. Somebody is asking, is there are different temples we can go to? Somebody named Yogi. If you put your original face and the original name, I'll answer your question. Chitra Ravi is asking to heal. I'll heal you completely. Anyone wants the answer? Put your original face and original name. Rani Ayer is asking, is Rudram chanting at the time of departure of a body help heal and liberate them? Yes, Rani, surely it helps in a big way. Even when somebody is sick, play the Rudram continuously around them, they will be healed. It's very good. Rudram and Chamakam is the most powerful because Vedas worshipped Paramashiva through the Rudram and Chamakam. So, even casually in your car while you are driving to office or while you are relaxing in your garden, use Rudram and Chamakam. That's the best for connecting with Paramashiva. You don't have to wait till you leave the body to connect with Rudram and Chamakam. Even while you are alive, connect with Rudram and Chamakam. Veronica, blessings for your daughter. I'll heal your daughter. Stephanie Vamadeva Shivashakti, Yogananda Rupini. The next step for your life is start intensely practicing Nithyananda Yoga every day. The Tritiya Vinyasa Krama. The highest, see, Pratama is 108, Dvitiya is 300, Tritiya is 500, fourth is 1000. Start practicing all 4 steps intensely. That will open the next steps for you. The speed with which questions are flying every side. Manju Mahalingappa, I'll take care of your visa issue. I'll really attend to it. Don't worry. I'll solve it. T. Kanageshwaran, I'll take care of you. I have already given you word in open, public. So I have to heal you and protect you. I'll take care. Don't worry. It's like all around me, intense screen, questions are flying. 1 question per second. That is the rate now. Questions are flying in Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, in all platforms, Zoom, two-way. Oh God. All those who are asking for healing, right now sit with me. Paramashiva will enter into all of you and manifest in all of you and heal you right now. Oh. Sri Nityamuktananda message that they will make 64 temples for Paramashiva in US with all the 64 forms. I think you guys should form a 64 team and show me. Only then I will be confident about your commitment. Within next 2-3 days, form a 64 team. And we already have made all the 64 forms ready. Many of them have reached even US. Some of them are maybe sitting in Adi Kailasa or all that. If you form 64 teams, then I'll first. There is a form called Kailasanadar. So for that form, you need 63 Nayanmars, 18 Sittar, all of them sitting in Kailasa like steps. On the top, that Kailasanadar will be there. In Biddi, we have done that form. Kailasa courtyard, we call it. To make that same farm only, I sent all the deities to Toronto. But Toronto, they have not done it. They should do exactly like Kailasa courtyard in Vididi. That is why all those deities are sent to Toronto. Tushi, you already got all the deities for Kailasanadar form. In that 64 form, that is one of the most powerful form. You already got all the 63 Nayanmars and that 9 Togayadiyar and 18 Siddhas, all of them who are supposed to be part of that Kailasanadar form. But still you guys have not done it. You guys should plan for making it. That Kailasanadar form. That Kailasanadar form we have done in Adi Kailasa. It's called Kailasa courtyard. That's exactly the structure with which the Kailasanadar form should be done in Toronto also. That is why I gave the name Kailasa for Toronto. Earlier, I gave the name Kailasa for Toronto specifically. Chetana Patel is asking for spiritual name. Please attend the Paramashivoham level 3, you will get a spiritual name. All the sides, questions are flying. Anand Gupta, I'll heal your father. I'll heal your father. Shanta Shaktini Dorain Mudaliyar, my blessings for Fiji Sangha, entire Fiji Sangha, and my blessings for your daughter. Blessings. You may think how Mudaliyar word in Fiji. The Saiva Velalars from Tamil Nadu went and settled all over the world and took that Indian agricultural method. Indian organic agricultural method was taken all over the world. Actually, we are the oldest. India is the oldest agriculture society. The agriculture on the banks of Ganga and Kaveri, both were done by Saivavelalars. So they went to Fiji, Malaysia, Singapore, many countries all over the world, Burma and Sri Lanka, all over the world they went and settled. That's why you will see that Saivavalalar family titles, Mudaliyar, Pillai, all that in all these countries. Lakshmi R. Chandran, blessings. You will have an eternally youthful body and blissful life. Meditate on Rudra every day. You will achieve it. I'll make sure you manifest it. Lata Ishana Shivashakti. Velai Gidaikum. Color Rajendran, I'll heal you completely. I'll heal your foot and ankle issues. I'll heal you. Sit right now, I'll heal you completely. If you guys type little slowly, Tilaga Battu Malai, blessings, you will manifest wealth. I'll take care. If you guys type little slow, I can answer, but questions are just flying. The speed with which questions are flying in each screen, people are just rushing. So Patrick Pinus, I'll heal you completely. Patrick PINUS. All the sides continuously. Mayadas, I'll heal you completely. I'll heal your melasma pigmentation completely. Mayadas, just sit now. I'll enter into your eyes. I'll heal you completely. Mayadas, sit now. Shakti Mayadas. So just close your eyes and sit. I'll enter into you and heal you completely. Adya Agarwal, I'll heal you. Triveni Satish, blessings for Paramashivoham, level 3. All of you who want Paramashivoham level 3, sit now. Offer your prayers. I'll make it into reality. I'll shower you with Paramashivoham level 3. Rainy DCL is messaging, I want to come to Kailasa to be with you. Please understand, as on now, Kailasa is open only for sannyasis. If you are interested in taking sannyas, go to Adi Kailasa, have training, then as a sannyasi, you can come to Maha Kailasa. Kailasa is open for now only for sannyasi. Sangavasini Ananda, I'll heal your father. I'll take care, don't worry. Mahadeva Swarupa, Ma Mahadeva Swarupa is messaging. Dear Swamiji, the moment you said I'll heal you now, my temperature dropped and fever just disappeared. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Blessings. You should know I am real. And you should not play or take me casually, and the words you give me casually. Don't treat me casually. That will lead to a lot of mess up for yourself. Somebody is spamming. Please see, listen. One request you are putting 100 times. Everyone, if they start doing this, the questions fly so fast, I am not able to read. Saranga Vidyakaran, Lalata Kshananda is asking, what is your vision for me and current next steps in life? Lalata Kshananda, I gave you clearly long before my vision. Through humbleness, hard work, become part of London Sangha. Not using my authority, my word. Oh, Swamiji told, all of you move out, I am the princess. No. Go and do hard work. Become part, inspire, and evolve as a leader. Listen. Only when somebody tries to approach you for sex, you should put your boundary and you should say no. Casual sex is simply worse than cancer. Do not allow casual sex, but be extremely loving, caring, humble, sweet, open, available. Do not allow anyone to approach you sexually or try to use you sexually. Keep that border strong. Other than that, make yourself loving, extremely loving, beautiful, blissful, sharing, caring, and evolve as a leader. Enough guidance is given. Now you need to start doing. Don't use my authority. Use your sincere hard work. Evolve as a princess, as a leader. Rene DCL is saying, I am training in San Jose. I need a spiritual name. Devi Ananda is helping me. Make 64 chart. I am Brahmacharini, 3 years. See, San Jose is not an official training center for Brahmacharinis or sannyasis. You can take Apat Sannyas on your own. But if you want to come to Kailasa, you need to go through a thorough spiritual training, for which you need to go to Adi Kailasa. Only then you will have a training, complete training for sannyas. You will reach Maha Kailasa. Nishkroda is asking, Swamiji, will I be in Biddi for training at some point of my life? That is up to you. It's not mine. If you want to be with me, go to Biddi. For you, I gave you special exemption. I will get you when I open the Kailasa for public. Shena Maria Herrera is asking, Swamiji, when will Maha Kailasa open to public to come visit you in person? Oh, you will sit in your comfort in your home and live your life. You will try to use me like a toilet paper when you want. People who gave their life, time, treasure, talent, everything to build Maha Kailasa, for now, only for them Maha Kailasa is available. Why should I open it to public? What's the need? You all have darshan digitally, that's enough. And you don't take Kailasa that seriously. How you take casually, same way, be there and have digital darshan, that's enough for you. Maha Kailasa does not need public to come here, and public have darshan publicly like in the digital, that's all. Enjoy. Paramashiva Priya is asking, Swamiji, bless me to be sannyasi in Kailasa. Say, I bless everyone who wants sannyas. You bless yourself by going to Adi Kailas and getting trained. I have given my blessings to everyone. Manju Mahalingappa, your wife not only will have a smooth delivery and a healthy child, it will be enlightened baby. So many people want to come to Kailas. Yeah. அப்பா மனுஷனுங்களா, நீங்க இருக்கிற இடத்துல இருங்க, நாங்க இருக்கிற இடத்துல நாங்க இருக்கோம். நீ நிம்மதி, மீ நிம்மதி, அப்பா போத் நிம்மதி. இங்க வந்து நிம்மதியை கத்துக்கிட்டு நீங்களும் நிம்மதியா இருக்கடானா தருதரம் முடிச்சவனுங்க. இங்க வந்து நம்ம நிம்மதியை கெடுக்க பாக்குறானுங்க. அதனாலதான் இந்த கோட்டை தாண்டி நீயும் வரக்கூடாது, இந்த கோட்டை தாண்டி நானும் வரமாட்டேன். ஏம்மா. ஆஹா. ம். கல்யாணி blessings. விநாயகா ஸ்ரீகண்டா birthday blessings. Jalantarasthidananda is writing, Swamiji, I had a darshan of Sri Chakra during PSM and manifested a gold pendant of same immediately. It has been at your feet, Atmamurti, since then. Can it be worn? Yes, you can wear it permanently on your body. You will manifest powers of Paramashiva Shakti, Paramashiva. Blessings. என்ன Ma Anandini, I'll heal you completely. For you to go to Adi Kailash to become sannyasini, you don't need a visa. You just get Indian visa and go there. That's all. Only for Maha Kailasa, you need my visa. For Adi Kailash, you can go with Indian visa. Blessings. You can go. What you Lee Kim Ki. Blessings for your son's birthday. Tata. See, if you have attended Paramashivoham level 3, even one day, with your ID card, that you would have received a certificate, digital certificate. With that, send your friend request to Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa's Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam ID. Social media team will accept your friend request and all your questions will be responded by me whenever the time is available. You will receive the answers. You don't flood now. Let public use this time. This time is for public. People who have not done any program, people who are here for first time, let's give time for them. Renmai is telling I did not receive certificate. It is coming. Contact your CASER. You will get the certificate. Um, all those who need healing, sit comfortably. I will heal you right now. Paramashiva will enter into you right now and manifest, completely healing you. Vandana Agarwal, I'll heal you completely. Don't worry. Arti Agarwal, I'll heal you completely. Just go to Madurai. Stay 3 days in our Adinam. Have Devi Darshan, Meenakshi Darshan. Do Annadan voluntary service just for 3 days. Serve the people giving food. Have darshan of Meenakshi. Within 3 days, I will heal you completely. Even your doctors will be shocked how you got healed. This is the medicine for you. Arti Agarwal. If you trust me, do it. I'll heal you completely. Meenakshi is very powerful energy. And Madurai SSJP is just exactly inside Meenakshi's breathing space. I don't know how many of you know. It is within the 7 prakaram of Meenakshi temple. So anybody who wants any healing in India, just go to Madurai SSJP, stay for 3 days, have Meenakshi Darshan and do voluntary service in Annadan. I am not asking you to pay money. No. I am asking you do physical service, serving the people, devotees who come to eat Annadan, who come for Meenakshi Darshan, they come for Annadan, give them Annadan. Serve physically, you will be healed completely. Listen, because of this continuous samadhi, for last more than 2-3 months, I was not able to eat. Suddenly one day morning, early morning in Savigalpa Samadhi, Meenakshi appeared. In her end of the sari, Mundanai, she brought Arunachaleshwara's prasadam and she gave me 3 mouthful. I ate. And then when my mouth was full, I was trying to chew and swallow. She gave one huge ball of that prasadam rice in my hand. And in the eyes, through eyes, I asked, can I give it to others also? Share with others. She said, okay. And then immediately she settled into me, into my being, and become Nirvikalpa Samadhi, oneness. From that day, the whole body got healed and started eating. That prasadam only I am distributing in Tiruvannamalai and Madurai to all of you. So whoever goes there, you will get directly enlightenment, not just health. She will give enlightenment itself. It's our own mundane food, Paramashiva's prasadam. Arunachaleshwara's prasadam tied in her mundane, she brought. I asked her, usually all the stories says you take the Nevedyam plate, day. அந்த தட்டு எடுத்து போய் தங்க தட்டு எடுத்து போய் அங்கே வச்சுடுவேன். அப்புறம் அவனுங்க போய் அந்த சாமியாரை பிடிச்சி, this what happens usually in all the stories. They go and catch that Swami saying that, hey, the temple gold plate is missing, and then she again has to appear and tell in the court, no, he did not steal. I only brought and gave the plate. So now, why all the drama? So I brought it in my mundana itself, and she brought it in her mundani. So all this mess won't be there this time. I am actually blessing all the prayers and questions and boons you are asking. You will see now, not only your prayers are answered, boons are granted, even the questions you are asking, you will have the answer within you now. Within you, you will receive the answer for the questions you are putting now. Vinayaka is asking, Swamiji, today after the Guru Puja, I saw 2 raisin grains on my lap. That's for your birthday. He's asking, is this your Mahaprasada? That's for your birthday. Blessings for your birthday. You will live a long, happy life. Suha Vennila Arivumadi. My blessings, I'll heal you completely and your t-shirt business will be successful. Tata. Somebody is asking, what kind of training I will get in Adi Kailasa? Hey, listen, sending you to Adi Kailasa is not for training, to test your will persistence. There you will see lot of negative fellows trying to discourage your will. They will put all kinds of doubt, hatred, denial, rumors, lies, scandals in your head. I will check whether you are able to stand all that. It's a testing ground, not training ground. I send you for training. It's actually testing ground. I test you there, whether you have a strong will persistence. Then allow you to come to Kailas, not before that. That's the training. All those who went to Adi Kailash and ran away, be very clear. It's a testing ground, not just training ground. It's a testing ground. I have all kinds of, all my bhutas, pretas, brahmarakshas, many of them are sitting there. They will feed you with so much of gossip, scandals, rumors, negative information to test your will. After all that, if your devotion is strong and will persistence is strong, then you reach me. You will never understand Paramashiva's strategies. You will never understand Paramashiva's leelas. Somita Matarua is asking, Swamiji, bring back the days you were in front of us, day and night, in during Sadashivoham. Somita Matarua, yes, take sannyas. You can get those days back. Actually, not only day and night. You can sit in Kailasa with me in a small, beautiful island, day and night, spending time with me with a campfire, eating from my own plate, and just sitting around me, chatting, spending time, everything can possible. Take sannyas. It's for the people who decide their life is with me and I am the only priority and Kailasa is their only priority. It's for them. Others enjoy digitally, no problem. Be happy. Enjoy digitally. In Kailasa, I made it as a rule every day. People in Kailasa eat only my prasada. Every day. They eat only like Maheshwara Puja, prasada. My blessings. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhat Vaida Saivam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Like he always did, he created a buzz with the simple blink of an eyelid. As a village boy and the president, running a nation 110%. The golden Raja with the jasmine scent, the holy Godzilla, the ego killer. The pure truth to the world he presents. He's the true master, the real karma blaster. A dose of his truth fills you with fire, raises you to Kailasa, higher and higher. Simple Shakti path, you straight into bliss. All incompletions are completely dismissed. I am the Paramashiva. Shiva. The me in the me is in you as me. You are the Paramashiva. Shiva. The you in the you sees you in me. We are the Paramashiva. Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nithyananda Paramashiva brought Kailasa back on the map. with a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no cap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped. Sous toutes ses formes, il se manifeste. Il est conscience partout.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. Nithyanandam.
That was such a powerful session from our beloved Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And I'm sure all the participants and viewers are feeling so fulfilled, so special for, and so blessed for all the blessings and healing blessings and very powerful revelations that Bhagavan has shared in the last session. And I'm sure many more such powerful sessions are being awaited for all of us in Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And joining with us is Anya Zhao from United States, who is our Paramashivoham participant in season 2. And she is here to share her extraordinary miracles that she experienced after being initiated as a superconscious mutant. And yes, Anya Zhao, Nithyananda, very powerful revelations that Bhagavan has shared in the last session. And I'm sure many more such powerful sessions are being awaited for all of us in Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And joining with us is Anya Zhao from United States, who is our Paramashivoham participant in season 2. And who is here to share her extraordinary miracles that she experienced after being initiated as a superconscious mutant. Share with us your experiences. Very powerful revelations that Bhagavan has shared in the last session. And I'm sure many more such powerful sessions are being awaited for all of us in Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And joining with us is Anya Zhao from United States, who is our Paramashivoham participant in season 2. And who is here to share her extraordinary miracles that she experienced after being